The day my whole life changed began with just 6 words. Why are you even here? And it came from the man I married. My name is Bridget. I am 27 years old. And I got married when I was just 20. 7 years of my life have passed in that marriage. 7 years of learning. 7 years of hurting. 7 years of waking up to the truth I never wanted to face. This is my story. When I married at 20, I believed love was enough. I believed that if 2 people loved each other, things would automatically work out. I was young, hopeful, and full of dreams. In the beginning, everything felt normal. We laughed. We talked. We planned for the future. I thought I had done the right thing. But slowly, life started to reveal what I refused to see. It began with small comments. Comments that sounded like jokes, but carried something heavier. You do not know anything. You are too emotional. You are always overreacting. You are lucky I even married you. At first I ignored them. I told myself he was stressed. Or maybe I was taking things too seriously. But those small comments became habits. And those habits became his new personality. Before I knew it, I was walking on eggshells in my own home. I was scared to talk. Scared to upset him. Scared to simply exist. The breaking point came one evening. I had been working all day, trying to make sure everything was fine. Trying to be a good wife. Trying to keep the peace. I walked into the living room with a small smile. I wanted to share something good with him. But he did not even look up. He did not smile. He did not acknowledge me. So I sat down slowly and asked him if everything was okay. He turned, looked at me with eyes that felt like they no longer knew me, and said these words. Why are you even here? You add nothing to my life. A woman like you is useless. In that moment I froze. My heart fell. My chest tightened. It felt like something inside me cracked. He was not shouting. He was not angry. He was just empty. And that emptiness broke me more than anger ever could. I walked quietly to the bedroom, closed the door, sat on the floor, and cried until I could not cry anymore. Not because I believed him, but because it hurt to realize that the person I gave my heart to did not see my worth anymore. That night changed everything. Not because it broke me, but because it woke me up. I finally saw the truth. I had been loving someone alone. I had been trying to carry a marriage that he was no longer holding with me. I had been shrinking myself just to keep the peace. The next morning I woke up with swollen eyes but a stronger mind. I did not argue. I did not fight. I did not beg for anything. Instead, I made a quiet decision. I would no longer lose myself just to be loved. I would no longer sacrifice my peace to avoid conflict. I would no longer let someone else's words define my worth. I started working on myself, learning new skills, building confidence, growing quietly, healing slowly. And the more I focused on myself, the more I returned to life. I started to feel like a person again. Not a shadow walking around a house. Not a woman waiting for crumbs of affection. One afternoon he noticed my silence. He asked me what was wrong. I almost laughed. Because sometimes the people who break you still expect you to comfort them. I looked at him and said, "Nothing is wrong. I just finally heard you." He did not understand what I meant. But I did. I finally understood who he truly was. And I finally remembered who I truly am. Leaving emotionally does not always come with slammed doors or loud arguments. Sometimes it happens quietly, inside your heart, where no one can see it. That night was the night I chose myself. Not out of anger, but out of survival. Because peace is not something you beg for in someone else's hands. Peace is something you build inside your own soul. If you're listening to this, maybe life is trying to tell you something too. Sometimes the moment that breaks you is the same moment that wakes you up. And sometimes the stranger you are living with is not the other person. Sometimes the real stranger is the version of you that forgot your own worth. This is my story. And choosing myself was the beginning of my freedom. Thank you for listening. If this story touched you, subscribe for more interesting stories from Mother of Stories.